Hello everyone, I'm Jack from Tozando and this is kendobogu.com's Kurama Bogu set. Now this is a Bogu set that is designed for everyday keiko. So what I'm going to do is going to have a look at each part and let's see what each bit is about. So whenever I'm looking at a Bogu set, I always start with the men and the kote because you're getting struck a lot, and just as much as you're moving your kote, you're receiving strikes as well. So you want to make sure that these two bits are really good. But let's have a look at the men. So this is supposed to be for everyday keiko. So that means you're going to be taking hits, and you're also going to be doing stuff like jigeiko, kakari geiko. So it needs to be a set that you can move in comfortably, and it needs to protect you. So let's take a look. Now, one of the first things a lot of people look at when they buy Bogu or look at Bogu is the stitching, and that's, it's a good idea because it gives you an indication of how this Bogu is going to perform. So the Kurama uses 6mm stitching. So 6mm stitching, if we have a look here, if we could just have a look down the mendare, means that these spaces here are 6mm between, which means that it's quite flexible. So if I move it, I can feel that it's flexible, and that when I put my head in there, it's going to fit and sort of, mold around my head. This is helped because this actually uses what we call nagazashi, or pitch stitching. So that means the stitches are slightly longer, so it holds its shape a lot more and fits to the wearer. So it's really, really comfortable now. So this 6mm means it's going to be nice and protective. But then, if we look at the mendare, it suddenly halves and it goes down to 3mm. Now 3mm tends to be stiffer and less protective. This is because, as it gets closer, it compresses the futon a bit more and makes it harder. But the advantage of it being here, instead of here, is that these mendare, you're moving them a lot. Right? When you're striking, they move and they wear, and then this means these are much more durable because they're in 3mm. Whereas this part, it's not moving, it's just taking strikes. So you want this nice and protective. So yeah, I really like this men because it's nice and comfortable. And actually, I'm going to try it on quickly. So let's have a look. See how it feels. So yeah, I can feel it nice around my face, and it's fitting quite nicely. The monome's the right level, which is good. And yeah, the mendare I can feel over my shoulders, but they're not too stiff, so I've still got plenty of mobility here, but it's nice to know that when I am moving them, that they're going to be nice and durable. So yeah, that looks like it's going to be a nice and durable men. Excellent. So yeah, let's move on to the kote. These kote use the same stitch width, so 6mm here, so this is nice and flexible, I can feel it, and if I put it on, yeah, it's nice, it kind of forms to your arm when you put it on a bit, which is good, because it means that, if you're moving your hand like this for maybe a kote or for any sort of strike really, you're not feeling it like push against your arm, which is nice. And the wrist is really nice and flexible, so that's good. And we can take a good look at the orizashi finishing. Now, orizashi is my favorite type of finishing for Bogu because it allows it to dry quickly and be very breathable, which means you can be, not necessarily light and fresh, but it's not so hot and heavy, especially during kakari geiko, which is very difficult for beginners. So this is really nice. So the doll, let's pick it up. Now, it's nice and light, which is good. When you want just a standard doll for a set or a standard set, you don't want it to be too heavy and get in the way. So this is really nice. I'm a big fan of the traditional hongumo kazari ito. So yeah, I like this doll. It's all set out in black, so it's good for keiko, and if you do want to use it for shiai, you can, because you can fit in, and a black doll never goes wrong. So yeah, exactly what you need from a set for everyday training. Finally, let's take a look at the tare. Now, the tare, just like our men, uses 6mm stitching here, which makes it really flexible. So if I just step to the right here, so we can see it wrap around, that's really, really nice. Very nice and comfortable. It sits really well. the 3mm kakuzashi, which is what you get when you get this square in the middle, means this is a little bit stiffer and more durable. Again, just like your mendare, these are going to be moving with your legs, and so over time they could curl up. But these 3mm is going to keep them in the best shape they can be for as long as possible. So it's comfortable, it falls straight, and it'll look really good. So you can just be confident in your own keiko and not worry about how you appear. Yeah, that's the Kurama set. It's perfect if you want a set of armor that's really tough and like you're not going to get hurt in keiko, which is really important, especially for beginners, because it allows you to keep that confidence in your training, you know? So if you're taking hits and it really hurts, you can kind of resist or get frustrated with training very easily. Whereas, you know, if it's comfortable and it doesn't really hurt that much, you know, you can throw yourself into it and you can do the best kendo that you can, which is what keiko is all about. So, yeah, I'd happily wear this to training, and I'd recommend it to any beginner, or even if you're an intermediate practitioner and you're looking for a protective set, maybe you've started motodachi work, then this would be a good choice for you as well. And the best part about it is it's tax-free. So wherever you are in the world, you don't have to worry about customs or duty. You don't have to worry about shipping. You can just pay the price on our website and get it. So yeah, it's a really good opportunity, and I hope you guys take advantage of it. Hope to see you soon with some more of our stuff, and thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.